Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Leo in May 2021. What is going on, Leo? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Leo, welcome to May. Wherever you are in the world right now, friends, I hope you are safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Please continue to take very good care of yourselves and those that you know and love. No, there are announcements here in the beginning of May, or in the May reading, I should say, for you, Leo. So let's just go ahead and get started with the regular spiel, yeah? Anything you want, guys, it is in the description box below. You want the timestamp, it's down there. Information on how to purchase a personal reading with me, down there as well. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, guess what? There's a link down below. Click it, have at it, do with it what you will, okay? Leo, that'll be the start of your reading. We're going to expand on that in a little bit, and we'll also talk about the bottom of the deck as the overall energy. But to start, friends, you come out with the Ace of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and the Lovers card. Lovers, major kind of for Gemini. Some of you could be dealing with a Gemini, but you do not have to be. It's a general, okay? All right. So, interestingly, when I was pre-shuffling, I got this sensation of fighting. So some of you could be fighting with a particular person. You could be fighting for something, against something, I don't know. But there's something about altercations or like strong opinions. I don't want to say fighting like in a physical, like, take it to the streets kind of way. But some of you, it might come to blows. I would hope not. It's not something that I support. I feel that mature people should be able to squabble. They should be able to squabble, but they should be able to squash any type of disagreements they have without it coming to a physical place. But I think for some of you, you're dealing with other people or people that take you to that place. I don't condone, but I feel like it's possible for some of you. Anyway, so lovers, possibly in a marriage or some type of commitment. Lovers can be labeled or is regularly labeled as one of the soulmate cards in tarot. Do with that what you will. Use that word however you choose. No longer going to give my caveat about it. Anyway, so it feels like, though, if you are fighting with a person, friend, family, lover, otherwise, it could be over possessions, it could be over finances, it could be over things of particular value or importance in your life at this time. So for some of you, this is a fight over property, a fight over rent or mortgages or something like that in terms of like what plays into your foundations, yes? Others of you, it's like maybe maybe in a few cases it's more competitive and not necessarily you and someone going back and forth, adversarially, right? For some of you, it's more competitive because the Ace of Wands can be creative. It can be very spirited. It can be fun and exciting. So for some of you, you might be fighting for a prize. You're in a competition to win something. But more than likely, you guys are just going toe to toe with a person, or, you're having it out with your bank, or you're, some person or entity that you are possibly, from your perspective, Leo, or the other person's, possibly unfortunately tied to. The Four of Pentacles is a restrictive energy. It's a withholding energy. And Lovers is kind of giving. That's the feeling that I think it should naturally have, is willfully giving. And so that's two things that are at odds. Something that wants to hold and restrict or take or clamp down on, and then something that wants to give, show up naturally, show up willfully, not because of any type of contract, not because of any type of, obligation, I suppose. It's very interesting. And some of you, this is like really escalated, this type of fighting that you're in. It might, and with the Ace of Wands, it might be developing into something quite fast. So this might be a disagreement amongst neighbors, business partners, friends, colleagues, whatever, right? And maybe you're just trying to hash it out between the two of you. Thanks a lot, helicopter. Anyway, the developing quickly, I feel as though maybe you're like exchanging messages with a person. Hey, could we get together and talk this through? I want, to iron this out. And then next thing you know, you're being sued, or being subpoenaed, or someone, you know, freezes your accounts. If this is, again, for some of you, this is a union between you and a friend or you and a partner, whether it be romantic or business or any other type of partnership, right? And you guys have something together of value, and you go to have access to that thing you have together, accounts, access to property, access to resources or materials, and you go to, and someone stops you and says, oh, Leo, you've been put on the do not serve list, or you've been restricted in some type of way. And again, it's like out of nowhere. So it develops very quickly in some of your cases, that this person or you raises the stakes sort of overnight. And it's punitive. It's absolutely punitive. Well, I shouldn't say absolutely. In many of your cases, it's punitive. It's done as a punishment. It's done to kind of one-up you, or it's done to kind of, you know, get your goat. You know what I mean? It's someone who's really trying to stir the pot with you, and they don't have to, but they do. So not nice what's going on here. Especially because I feel in many of your cases with this lover's card being there, and a little bit with the Ace of Wands, I feel that you innately like this person, naturally like this person. I don't know why I'm saying it in those ways, but innately, naturally. You have some type of connection with this person. I did use the word soulmate earlier. Again, use that at your leisure or carefully or whatever you want to do. So it's kind of like hitting you in a very tender part of yourself, Leo, or vice versa, because, you know, again, this is a general reading. So Leo, you could be the one who's, you know, turning into kind of the, you know, playing hardball with them. Yeah. And it strikes in the tender part because there is some type of affinity. There is some type of, you know, I want us to work it out, or I want us to be a team. I want us to be on the same page with one another, to be at each other's side, whatever this is. And it's like the other person no longer agrees with that, or they don't value that any. It's like, again, it's like, it feels like a change. It feels like left field. You're taken aback by how they're behaving, right? Now, very late in the game, for some of you, this is not an established relationship. This is something that is or was on the horizon, but it's cut short, right? So for some of you, you don't know this person all that well. You may have met them recently, in a serendipitous kind of way, in a very like out of the blue kind of way. Again, this out of the blue energy. And you might have come with this energy of, let's get things started. I'm so inspired. I'm excited to get to know you. I'm excited to work with you. I'm excited to, you know, have sex with you, whatever type of relationship you had. And then as it's like getting off the ground, it's shut down very quickly. So this is possibly a situation where someone has kind of given you the cold shoulder, Leo, out of nowhere. And again, it's like, why? I just looked at that. That's so funny. And I was just holding this up to the camera, but I wasn't looking down at the camera or down at the screen there. Okay, so look at the angel there. I don't know why. Like, what a shrug of the shoulders. Like, what a kind of pose she's taking there, kind of gesture she's making. So for some of you, this has come, you just don't understand. So, yeah. What else is going on here for Leo? Show me more regarding the situation. What else is happening here for Leo in the situation? Okay. That's kind of touching, so I think they want me to leave that there. That's fine. Here, one more, please. What else is happening here for Leo? Okay. Bottom of the deck will be the overall energy. Alright, so Five of Pentacles in reverse. Huh! That was just on the bottom of the deck. The Hanging Man, or Hangman in reverse, and then the Hierophant. Alright, so Hanging Man in reverse, aka Hangman in reverse, that's Major Arcana, secondary major for Pisces. Hierophant, Major Arcana for Taurus. Could be dealing with either of those signs or not at all. So I think Leo, you or someone around you is like, it feels a lot like a personal development is what this feels like. Personal development. So even if this happened yesterday, I think, Leo, you kind of have it set in your mind from the Hierophant that, oh, well, I'm just going to go and recover from this as quickly as I can and as strongly and as effectively as I can because, I just don't have time to waste. Five of Pentacles, it's like no sweat off your back. Now, this is very interesting because I feel many of you are still embroiled in this. So it might be as soon as you're done, whatever this is with this person, this connection with them or this entanglement that you have, this fight that you're in with them, as soon as the green light is yours, I feel as though you have this like sense of being like shackles come off, right? You're able to progress, move on, move past, traverse in some type of way towards something, towards a state of mind. Thank you. A state of mind that's much more stable, clear-minded, and honored. What is honored? What is that? Like, it's kind of cliched. Like like high road stuff. Like when they go low, you go high. Like this is kind of your mindset. So I told you, some of these people that you're dealing with, Leo, they're punishing you or they're treating you badly on purpose. They're restricting you in ways on purpose. They're doing this to get a rise out of you. And the rise will not happen because with the Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Hanging Man in reverse, I get the sense that, Leo, you've done your homework. Fives are challenges. They come to us and we don't appreciate them coming to us, but when they do, we can either meet the moment, tackle the issue head on, or we can avoid it and be terrorized by it. And I don't feel that you've been terrorized by it. I feel, because again, big lessons here, not big lessons, but knowledge here. There's like mastery here, or like almost like a sensei or something like that, like somebody who has lived the game, walked this road before. So maybe that's it. For some of you, maybe you've dealt with this person before, or you've been dealing with them for a while, and so you're used to them behaving in these ways, or, turning cold on you, or whatever it is. So it's like, oh, I learned my lesson before with this person, or someone similar, or a situation similar. Therefore, I'm not going to feel abandoned. I'm not going to feel as if I have no leg to stand on. I'm not going to feel as if, there's no woe is me coming here with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. There's no true suffering. And if it is suffering at some point, Leo, again, your endeavor is to get over it as quickly and effectively as possible because you've got bigger fish to fry, you've got a higher path to walk, something like that. This is coming heavily from the Hierophant energy. So for some of you, it does happen because you're working closely with a counselor, a therapist, or an advisor of some other type. It could be that you are doing your own spiritual advisory. You're your own, best advisor or something like that. But I feel like you're putting a lot of work into overcoming, mastering yourself, mastering and being patient in the situation, as patient as you can be, being as level-headed in the situation as you can be, to, again, because some of you, this person or whomever you're dealing with, could be more than one person. That's kind of a late addition, but I feel it's mostly you and one person. But they are trying their best to get you to react. They're trying their best to get you to respond, and your response is nothing, or your response is very calm and collected. Dear whoever, it's me, Leo. I see that you're doing XYZ. My response to you is ABC. Have a good day. Wishing you the best. It's very high level. High level spiritually, high level in business, high level in terms of just casual relationships. If someone's coming at you and they're capping you in text and they're blowing up on your social media, or they're harassing you on social media, you turn you turn the other cheek to this person. Like, you really are not feeding into any type of negative shit, period. So that is a very freeing experience or position to take. Because the hangman in the reverse is to me giving a lot of like, it's releasing. Because when we're in the hangman, we're suspended, we're more than likely being quote unquote forced to face adversity, to face a difficult situation. I don't get the sense, because it comes next to the Five of Pentacles, that you even give this much of your energy. The moment some BS starts to crop up from this person or other people or the situation in general, you're kind of like, oh, can't be bothered. I have bigger things to do and other things I need to be focused on. There's a bigger picture here, a bigger goal that I have for myself, my friends, my family, whatever, for my career, for whatever, that I need to focus on and cultivate. The Hierophant, again, is like somebody who's helping you along, or it's your spiritual team, your spiritual VIPs, or whoever you work with, right? Whatever you do, or it's yourself, or a combination of those things. Yes? I really feel like in some of your cases, the person has picked the wrong one. And not because you're gonna, again, stoop to their level. It's not that. They picked the wrong one because without you feeding into the drama, there is no drama to be had. So if someone has locked you out of accounts, again, going back to that whole, there's something of value that some of you share with this person that you no longer have access to. As much as it pains you, you might turn away completely to take that take that power of the FU out of it, right? So if it was like, having access to money, something like that, and you can't make a purchase, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to use this other account that I have, my personal account, and it's not the business account, and I'll take care of it. And I'll eat the bill on this, even though my business partner is over here being a jerk, right? It's not fiscally smart or fiscally something that you're comfortable with to turn away and act as if this is not a barrier to you, but it takes the power away from this person, right? Because their intention is to bother you. Their intention is to disturb your peace. Their intention is to get a rise out of you. If you don't give a rise to this person, they'll soon be defeated, is what this feels like. Very interesting. That's where all this was coming from. I'm like, I wish, well, whatever. I'm not looking down at the cards half of the time. Like, I can point at them because I kind of know where they are. But overall energy, that's where all this is coming from. Queen of Swords energy. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be dealing with an air sign. You don't have to be. But I feel this is mostly you. If not, again, someone who's advising you, who's by your side, who's, for all intents and purposes, kind of telling you what to do, Leo, even though you're still going to make those decisions on your own in the end. But this energy, and I think it's mostly coming from you guys, is a master of excising, a master of surgical removal. Now, I'm not saying you're a brain surgeon or something like that, but like literally will make definitive decisions on what to do, when to do, how to do, and why not to do, right? Who am I going to talk to? Who am I not going to talk to? Who am I going to respond to? Who am I not going to respond to? What am I going to say when I respond? How intense is that response going to be? It's very well thought out. It's very calculated. And often when we meet the Queen of Swords in tarot, she's doing this, and it's not just for females. If you're a male, you could totally resonate with this. But when we see the Queen of Swords in tarot, she is doing these things for her own interest, to the dismay of others. So you've got someone around you, Leo, who wants you to play this game, this possible cat and mouse. Like, again, I'm getting this idea of somebody like locks you out of something, blocks you in some type of way, prevents you from doing something. And that's their thing. Their motivation is, if I shut Leo out, if I block them from this, if I don't give them access to blah, 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 then Leo's going to come running, and they're going to come, kicking up dust. And that's going to be my chance to really own them. And Leo does not show up. Queen of Swords, not showing up to no bullshit ass fight that I don't need, no way. So you not showing up, choosing, because that's the other thing. You have to consciously choose it. It's a strategy that possibly people are not used to being in your playbook. So and that's a different way of being. That's possibly something that you've learned recently. Because the Hierophant can, as you can see on this card, can represent teachers, people that we go to for wise counsel, right? So someone may have told you, Leo, you ever thought of just not responding? Have you ever thought of going and doing XYZ instead of doing what you normally do? And you're like, okay, I'll try it. And now you've tried it and you succeed. I mean, it just feels like it's putting you in a better spot. If it's not about success, it at least puts you in a place where your peace is restored, if not protected. And again, you don't have this feeling of despair and being kind of caught out and like being without any type of reprieve or solution. You make the solution that is necessary. That's what this feels like, okay? Leo, that is your story for May. If this resonated with you, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to read your comments, and make sure you like the video if you did like it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel before, consider subscribing right now, hitting the red button with the notification bells turned on. And if you want to get at me for a personal reading, Leo, the information is down in the description box below, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care.